And as you heard previously, we thank Reverend Fred Nile for introducing the motion in the New South Wales State Parliament, which again was passed unanimously. And we thank you for being a strong advocate on this issue. Please make Reverend Nile welcome.
Bishop Daniel of the diocese and Bishop Daniel of the monastery, clergy, members of Parliament, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great privilege to be with you here today, but it's a sad day as we now know what happened at St Mark's Cathedral in Cairo, and that's why I asked our friend to bring this poster to remind you of the attacks on what is the most sacred place in Egypt, the Cathedral of St Mark, previously never attacked, respected as a sacred place. But on this occasion, gunmen, terrorists, shot at Egyptian Coptic Christians at a funeral mourning the deaths of Coptic Christians the previous week. Instead of respecting that funeral, these gunmen and apparently some of the security forces decided to take even revenge on the mourners and to shoot them. And so we have even the photographs that have been taken by the television showing the gunmen there. These are terrorist gunmen. And that's why we're here today, to show solidarity with our Coptic brothers and sisters in Egypt. They are suffering and they are bleeding, and we cannot be silent. We must stand shoulder to shoulder with them. And I know Peter Tadros and others will make sure that the Coptic Christians in Egypt will get the message that you have been here today, standing with them shoulder to shoulder on this occasion. And so I call on the President of Egypt, President Morsi, that he will immediately prosecute these gunmen, that he will investigate these crimes, and that these men will be arrested, charged, convicted, and given jail penalties in the Coptic prison system. We call on the Egyptian president to disarm these gunmen. They should not be allowed to run around Egypt using guns and other weapons to attack innocent Coptic Christians. It's not a gangland. It's supposed to be a democracy. And so these men should be disarmed. The only people allowed to have weapons should be the police and the security. But they must follow the law themselves. Because sometimes when the security arrives, instead of stopping the terrorism or the shooting, they seem to join with them and support them. Those security officers and police officers, they must be disciplined and they should be removed from the security forces. They are not carrying out their proper oath of duty to provide peace and protection for all citizens. It's very important that the people of Egypt can live in peace and security, especially the Coptic Christians, as the original Egyptians. Yes, they did build the pyramids. They are the true Egyptians, and they should be allowed to live in freedom in their own country without fear. So let us continue our efforts, and we call on our Australian government to take this matter seriously. I know that the Foreign Minister, Mr Carr, late last year did raise these matters in Egypt. He needs to fly to Egypt now and meet with the President and say, I'm here on behalf of the Australian people, calling for the freedom and the defence of the Coptic minority of Egypt. I call on him to do that.